How's it going, guys? I'm PhilInTheBlanks. Welcome back to Turnabout. Goodbye, as we learn that Yanni Yogi is the one who killed Robert Hammond, but we are not done yet. I know this is Phoenix, right? Like Ace Attorney, and it goes on, and we're going to find out about Von Karma and stuff, and it keeps going with the trial. Now, I actually don't know this. Hey, Legal Eagle, hashtag Legal Eagle, if you ever watch my videos, like I watch yours. Would a murder trial keep going? Like, or would it end here? The whole point is he was innocent. And now it's been proven. So, does the trial keep going? I mean, in this game, even though it's Yanni Yogi says that if you mess up enough and your life bar falls, I'm pretty sure the judge will still say, oh, Edgeworth is guilty, which doesn't make any sense. I mean, whatever, it's a visual novel, it's just a fun story, but I always wondered about that. So, anyways, let's keep going. Von Karma, where is Mr. Yogi? Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession. Wow, you lost, Von Karma, you suck. Then the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is innocent. In this case, at least. Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? Hello. There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are cleared of suspicion for this particular case. So I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Robert Hammond. Oh, maybe it does end here. I know there's more to it, but maybe I can't, like, lose in the same sense then. Any objections? I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything? Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty. Now get the fuck out of my courtroom. That is all. The court is adjourned. Of course. Did somebody say objection? It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means... No. Edgeworth? Your Honor, I object to your judgment. Here's my sprite from when I'm over there. What do you mean? I'm not innocent at all. As we have heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what? Nick, Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's gonna say he's guilty. He's gonna tell them he was the murderer in the DL-6 incident. He's gonna tell them he killed his own dad. Uh-oh. What do? Raise an objection. Do not leave it to Edgeworth. The judgment has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst. Didn't something like this happen yesterday too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed. That would be Larry. We must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth. He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out. Well, shit. For 15 years, I have had a recurring dream. It's not reoccurring. I always say it's recurring dream. I always say reoccurring. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer. You mean in the incident where your father died? From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer. The criminal in the DL-6 incident. It was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I am guilty for DL-6, the statute of limitation of which ends today. The culprit is me. That's why I'm pointing over there. Which you'd be pointing at Phoenix. Order! Order! This is certainly unexpected. The defendant, declared innocent, is confessing to a different crime. A crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this. Well, I'm on vacation. Goodbye. Bah! It's obvious. We hold a trial. Right here, right now. Oh, that's how they do it. So the trial for this specific case is done, and now we're holding a trial for DL-6, so that's how I can still, like, lose out on Miles Edgeworth being guilty. That's smart. I didn't remember that. We tried this man for his crime of 15 years ago. It's funny, because that does actually mean that Karma got his loss. He lost the previous case, the one that we just had. So it's kind of funny he's not really concerned about this, but now he's just like, well, screw this. I might as well get Miles Edgeworth, you know, the death sentence. I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess. Maybe sneak out. Maybe grab a beer. During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned. I'm sorry, Wright. I've just wasted all of your effort. Mr. Edgeworth, I just can't believe it, sir. I mean, you kill your dad? I didn't want to believe it myself, Detective, but it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances. This is crazy. Just crazy. Nick, what are you doing? Huh? Oh, I was just reading through the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready. Your case? For what? Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent. What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it. In court. I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare. What? It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me. Right. Yay. Back in court. Let's do this. Now then, I would like to resume our trial, or restart a new trial, I guess. Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. The statute of limitations on the DL-6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book. I'd like to not cheat for once. I see. Does the defense have any objections? Yes, Your Honor. Can we wait till tomorrow? It's like, well, then the statute of... Yes, I know. No, Your Honor. Von Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you? Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand? Here we go. Trial number 2 in this case. Gee, like, holy crap. Will the witness state his name and profession? Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? It is correct. Damn, that was easy. Guilty. Then testify about this matter to the court. When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key, but only if I can get to work. Please. Please. The DL-6 incident. That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in an elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. Wait, who would scream, though? That is all. It could be Yanni Yogi, I guess, but Yanni Yogi didn't get shot. Gregory Edgeworth did. And he got shot in the heart, I think. Oh, it doesn't say in the case summary. Yeah, taken from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. Like, you die instantly if you're shot in the heart, right? I assume. I mean, that's pretty big. And until now, you thought this memory was a dream? We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of the events. Bah, the same claim Mr. Yogi has made. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. That day I'd gone to the courtroom to observe one of Father's trials. Okay, well, might as well press on everything. What was your trial? What was the trial your father was involved in on that day? That doesn't matter, I guess. I don't remember things very clearly. Only 2 things. I know my father lost, and Mr. Von Karma was the prosecuting attorney. Other than that, I guess it doesn't. Other than that, it doesn't really have anything to do with the case. So, Mr. Von. Whoops, that's not. Mr. Von Karma, did you like my impression of you? You were handling that case? It was 15 years ago, and yes, that was a very good impersonation. I don't remember the details. That was when Edgeworth pointed out the problem in Von Karma's evidence. Yeah, that didn't matter. An earthquake struck. So there were 3 people, including yourself, trapped in that elevator. Yes, myself, my father, and Yanni Yogi. We were fine at first, but then as time passed and no one came to help, my father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. What did you do then? I was a 9-year-old boy at the time. What could I do? I was scared, trembling in the corner. But then... I like how sometimes the pressing leads into the next line of the testimony. It's really cool. Something fell at my feet. What was it? A pistol. I assume it was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi's. The safety must have come off when it fell from his holster. And you picked it up. What happened next? I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. Did you know it was a pistol when he threw it? I think I knew. I knew it was dangerous. But the air was getting so thick, I panicked. So you're saying that you threw the pistol at Mr. Yogi? I was in a daze. There's a single gunshot and a scream. The gun fired once? Yes. I think after I threw it, I lost consciousness. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. That gunshot and that horrible scream. The scream? It was a terrible scream. I remember to this day. Okay. I'm not learning a whole lot. To this day? Yes. I can practically hear it now. I doubt I will ever forget that scream as long as I live. There it is. One part of that testimony clearly contradicts the evidence. It does? Okay. Oh, it must be the heart thing I was talking about. I don't know what it means. I better find out and quick. Alright, it was a terrible scream. And there's also... They mentioned the scream twice, so I'll do it but when they don't mention the gun. Oh, shit. Whoops. Sorry. Pressing again. Blah, 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 blah. La, 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 la. La, la. La, la. So, present. I guess the bullet... Nope, that did not work. Your Honor, the statement occurs. No, apparently doesn't. Shit. Well, how could there be a scream if the bullet was in his heart, man? Oops. Damn it, Phil! Okay, scream. The only other thing I have about the DL-6 is a picture and the file itself, so... Nope. Damn. Maybe about the single gunshot, then a scream, maybe. No. Shit. Uh-oh, I'm losing. What did I present? I accidentally present my friggin' badge. Oh, I did. Oh, geez. I was like, no, there's something's up. I must have presented something stupid. I'm an idiot. Are you sure you only heard one gunshot? Oh, it's not about the heart thing. What does it say in the file? I should read this clearly. Oh, the murder weapon fired twice. Jeez, Phil. I'm lucking out. I'm an amazing Let's Player. Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. The rescuers down under? Ooh. I see. You're a loud purr today, Bella. No, Your Honor, unfortunately you don't. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony. You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence, unless you can tell us what page it's on. Which page contradicts? I have to go look at it. The second, okay, so victim data. Look at the victim data in this file. It says it quite plainly. The murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot, yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So, who fired the remaining shot? Was there perhaps another shooter who fired that second shot? Your Honor, as I'm sure you're aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when that second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident. What? I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot fired had something to do with the case? Well, it's a Phoenix Wright game, so I'm going to say yes. Your Honor, I think I will be able to show you proof. What? Impossible. Now, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright, show us your proof. Do you have evidence that the second firing of the pistol is related to this incident? Well, we only have like 3 things from this incident. Everything else is from the earlier case. I don't know why they didn't throw this stuff out. There's the picture, there's the bullet. Oh, actually, that makes it very obvious. It's the bullet hole right there. Okay, cool. Boink. Look at this photograph. Now I'm gonna make the same joke. This is a photograph of the scene of the crime, 15 years ago. I can see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth. This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it. So, let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired? Where? I love how you have to point it out. Your Honor, please get a clue. I like how they do make fun of it, too. So the judges of contradiction. It's the hole! As should be obvious, the contradiction is here. I see. A bullet hole in the door. Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol, yet there is also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot. Got a point? Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after he shot after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else. Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be? The murderer, of course. I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL-6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page. The case summary, that's on page 1. Air oxygen was no clues found on the scene. Alright. Look what is written there. Not a single clue was found on that scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. He does have a point. That second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole in the door. Order. I will have order. Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly, that the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked the second bullet. So all we have is the single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount this defense's claim. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter. Gah, how did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? I've been wrong about this whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection? I'm sorry, Maya. What? It looks like I was wrong. Nick? If the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing. No. But you said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent. I'm sorry. It's just, when I saw the photograph, I thought 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought I'd won. Oops. I thought there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot. So you know how Maya can turn into me a little bit when she like conjures her up? It'd be so funny if all of a sudden she was Gregory Edgeworth and it's just like, hello, I'm Gregory Edgeworth, just wearing Maya's outfit. It was so funny. Kind of wish she'd always bring like the victim back. It'd be so funny. But now, I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. Nick. Well, it seems that we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth. Precisely. I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far? Yes, Your Honor. Do you have any objections? No. No, I do not. So you killed your father, though that was not your intention? Yes, I did. Oh no. He's accepted the guilt. Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on that defendant today, right here. Right now. Indeed. Does anyone have any objections? I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There's so many things I know I should be saying, but my mind's gone blank. I can't find the words. Mr. Wright? I don't know, but I have an objection, because you always get an objection to this. Your Honor, I object. Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object? Nick? I don't know. His case is perfect. Oh no. It must exist. Oh, it's Mia. The second bullet. Oh, right, her whole thing was just keep going as, like, I forget exactly the way she words it, but it's like, I don't know, it's like don't try to prove that the bullet existed, just prove what would happen if it did and it all fall into place. Something like that. What? What did you just say? Nothing. The second bullet must exist? But where? Someone took it. Oh. It seems waiting is not going to produce us any answers for Mr. Wright. Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet, it existed. What? But we've just heard proof that it did not exist. I realize that, Your Honor. I'm really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened. But who? The murderer. Wow, I think I'm on the wrong path. I'm stuttering a lot. Or Phoenix is, anyways. The murderer. Then tell us, just who is this murderer? I'm still thinking about that one. So the criminal took the second bullet, but why? Huh? First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for the bullet? I guess, yeah, why would the murderer need to find it? I can't think of any reasons. The murderer didn't need it. Why would the murderer have spent the time to look for the stray bullet? I haven't got a clue. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? You can tell by the way if your life bar pops up, that's when it, like, matters. I don't think it's not like it doesn't matter if it doesn't pop up. I think it just means you won't lose any life if you get the wrong answer. It'll, like, circle back, I guess. Bah, the murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true. Had to take it. Ooh, had to take it. The murderer? What does that mean? Maybe if I said no objections, maybe I would have been more confident, because it's weird how Mia's just, like, popping up into my head. You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have no idea what I'm doing. By the way, I now know what's happening. It's kind of clicked into my kind of brain there. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene, but the murderer had to take the bullet. Had to, Mr. Wright. What do you mean? Well, for instance... For instance, what? Maybe the bullet hit the murderer? The bullet hit the murderer? Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? He's so not confident. Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's really what happened? Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murderer himself was shot, and they left with the second bullet still inside of them, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime? Yes. I guess that's how it would work, yes. But there's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean the murderer came from outside, yes. That's such a reach, man. The two men fighting inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges, and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then, the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside. Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. And because you're the main character, you're going to be right about this. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say. I like how he at least admits it, like, I know you're grasping, but man, you never know. What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer. No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. I can't think of anyone. Hey, Nick. Huh? I just thought of something really crazy. Crazy? Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday? Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow. What was your voice? Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record. Wow. It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting. Why would he need a vacation? What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured? Which would mean it could only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the DL-6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was Von Karma. Holy shit, who would have guessed? Probably most of you. But anyways, I'm PhilInTheBlanks. See you guys next level. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this episode, click that subscribe button and hit the bell icon to know when the next episode is up. If you want to support my channel, share some videos with some friends and consider supporting me on Patreon.